Hi everybody, welcome back to GregTech New Horizons, episode 137 with me, Sid. And last episode, we started making that botania level. I'm going to try and do a little bit more construction over there. We need some leaves, some greenery. And we are also going to continue the thrust into botania. Now, we were trying to make, so we've got this quest, which we need to make 3 of these. And that's, just a steady state. But we can use that to make an alchemy catalyst. And an alchemy catalyst is actually a quest on the find the right one, flower power line. We need an alchemy catalyst and prismarine shards to move to botanic infusion. That's the infusion altar. That's what we need to make runes, and those are pretty critical in the botania line. So that's the thing. Now, I'm fairly certain that the runes are going to be stupidly expensive, but we do now have everything we need to make the alchemy catalyst, except for the mana pearl, which was our shortage last time. I have run this for a little bit, and there's a mana pearl. So let me quickly sleep the night away. We'll head over to the magic tower, where we can start assembling the next step of this project. The stainless steel, I think we've probably got enough now to make the next thing, so we'll probably get the second stainless steel medium voltage steam generator done as well. And I'm walking for some reason. I should have just hang glided over, but it doesn't matter. We'll walk. I do need leaves, so we will be probably just heading out and shearing a few trees. Things, because we're going to droop some leaves off of this. I need a roof on that that towery, like little tower outcrop. There's quite a lot to do over there, but we've got all the time in the world. I've just got visions of me in like 10 years time, and welcome to GregTech New Horizons episode 500. Would it be fine? It'd probably be about 1,000 actually, because I'm doing one. What we do, 52 a week. So in 10 years would be 200 and. No, it'd be 500, wouldn't it? So it'd be about 500 or 600, give or take. Yeah, it's going to be quite a lot. So I think we need to make this. So what we will do is we will pop our 4 hoofers in. We'll pop that in there. That goes in there. We need, hang on, before we do that, getting carried away, getting ahead of myself here. We need that. So we have got everything we need for that. I believe I'm going to assume that, and that. You are an iron capped great wand. You need to be that. That will give me you. You're pretty much drained a little bit now, but let's continue. Let's push the envelope. That, and that. So I need 34. I've got thing. I don't think you will have. You're slightly low as well, but that's simple enough. We just grab you, and fill this up. I'll put that one on as well. That can go out of the way. Yeah, steadily. We probably want them that way round because I'm filling the wrong one, but these don't take long to grow, and I'm going to do more of these. I think this is $50, and yeah, okay, that will do us. Now let us have a look. Let's try you for starters. You're not going to be high enough, but you will. There's our alchemy catalyst. We'll stick that back. And if we look at the alchemy catalyst in basic vanilla botania has a whole range of, you can convert one thing to another using mana. All very simple. But what we are going to want is the one that gives us prismarine from quartz. And we need 4. So let's change my armor this time. Just so, should I get into any trouble, I'm protected. And let us wander back over to the temporary Botania area, we'll call it, because it's not the Botania area. The Botania area is actually up there. And we will see about getting 4 prismarini. We also need to place this. I probably want to put that away because I'm going to pick up everything in its dog if I wander there, and we will make some progress in the Botania line. I also wonder if I look at mana steel. What? No. Back off. Where did you come from and how did you get in? That's why I put my armor on. Don't always feel 100%. This is about as safe as I can make it, but it's still get the odd thing squeeze in here. So, and there are unpleasantnesses out there. Right, we can put you and you out of the way. So, we are going to need, we're probably going to need to whack a little bit of this charcoal on to get more mana production going. And if we borrow this, so get you, we can then come in underneath, pop you in there, pop that down, and you can just, I don't know, you can just sit in there for when we want to move this. And then let us go 1, 2. No. That's where this, you see, these things don't always work. Woomph. And that should start doing its thing. You can see that's happily filling, squirt. And there's, you know, some mana in the pool. Botania is a weird one because it does actually take a certain amount of visualization. There isn't, you know, it's not like the other things where I know I need 100,000 RF to do this or 50,000 RF. I need some mana. I don't know, is there anything you can do with that? I don't think you can actually improve. Oh, hello. So there are B transmutations. Okay. Infusion, in fact. There's a lot of mana infuser, although so a lot of these are duplicates of the same thing. I wanted to know if there is Mana Steel Shears. Because Mana Steel is basically unbreakable. There are Mana Steel Shears using mana, providing you have mana. And shears are one of my pet bugbear items because they're always breaking. Why those gold rings are in there. Let's get rid of those. Let's play a mana spreader. Bit of tidying. Actually, get rid of those things as well. So I need 4 quartz, I think. Slime ball, spider's eye. Everything else is good. 4 quartz. If I were quartz, where would I be? I'd be here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that will give us the Prismarine if we've got enough mana. How are we doing up here? Not quite restocked. Actually, I think, yeah, we've still got 8 left to go. So we'll grab you. We'll grab you. We'll pop you in there ready, and once that's done, we'll have done another stack of another thing of stainless. Right, let's see whether we've got enough to do 4 Prismarine. One, 2, 3, 4. Doesn't take a lot. And that gives us this, which gives me 5 Garden 100 coins. And takes us to Botanic Infusion. We need a root. Oh, this is where we are. This is an instability of 10. Which is not brilliant. We need more mana pearls. We need more of that. We probably want to be carrying spares. And I think we need to go underneath that and actually start putting infusion stabilizers in, because that is probably something we need to think about. But for that I am going to need to drain out a whole load of that water. I'm just wondering whether to make myself a tank of water first. Put the Prismarine away in there for now. We shall put the mana tablet away in there. And we'll put the gardener away in there. Right. So, tanks. 96, 48. 96 buckets is probably the way to go. Glass, or do we have a look at what we're like for infusion stabilizers actually. Now the best ones are these. Infusion stabilizer. Probably not infusion stabilizer. So we've got 40 of those, and I'll keep those. But what we can do is we can head over to the spawner, and we could use that just to spawn a whole load of things in. I know, technical term, things. And let me just try something. If I place a panel down, I can place those on. So that might be the way to tackle those. Whether we use those as panels or whether we use something completely different, that's, negligible, because we've got the glass there. We probably then want We probably want something to use as a stable floor. That we can be assured is spawn safe. And the simplest thing would just be stone brick, of course. And work from there. Probables. Take those, we can always turn those into something smooth, and we can grab a couple of those, sleep the night away, and we'll head over and we'll start clearing out the basement a little bit. I think that should be my plan. So let me sleep. I'll be back in a moment. Alright, we've got this. I mean, I need to, it's messy, but you don't really see it. So the stabilizers can be placed up to 10 blocks below, within 13 blocks horizontally. So quite wide, but we're not going to go that mad. And we are going to also grab these because every stabilizer helps. So that's 1, that's 2, that's 3, that's 4. That's right, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4 to the floor, yes. So if it's in this space here, that's 5. So let's start off with that block there. And then we can go 1, 2, 3, 4. And for the sake of arguments, we shall do skulls there because we can. Don't think it matters for the orientation of said skull, but just because I'm paranoid, let's assume that it does. And then we can pop on opposite sides. We can't use candles like that setup. Okay, that's fine. But we can pop skull there and a skull there. And then we start with the zombie heads. So we should be able to get some reasonable level of stabilization here, because we've got all of this lovely space to fill with zombie heads. Now in this case I'm going to just put them in facing outwards, that way I've got complete control over them. And again, I don't think it matters for the orientation, but I am paranoid enough to go, maybe it does. So yeah, that's the thing. And then we can put one here, and the opposite side is here, and then we'll also have one there and the opposite side on there. And again, this is just, the importance here is keeping the symmetry, hence why I am being paranoid about this, is important in Thorncraft. And I'm going to assume doubly important in Thorncraft that's in a GregTech world. So yeah, not taking any chance. We'll definitely get these ones in, so that's another layer. And again, I don't know how much stability these guys are going to add per unit, but we want as much as we can have, because I don't really want to be having to replace items during the infusion that get popped off. And we can repeat this. So this is 4, that will be 5, which we can't get one in, but we can get one in 6 and 7 and 8. So we can go down 3 more layers, I think. Now this is based on Thorncraft 4. and that's an important consideration as well. This is an older version of Thorncraft, so the stability, and it's probably modded on top of all of that, so the stability mechanics might be a little different. There's some more bubble glass, cut up said bubble glass. And then we've got 18, so if I go here again, and I'll basically just fill this out until we've run out of skulls, and then I might go over and get myself a few more skulls, because you can never have enough. Well, I mean, I can definitely come out another layer in this space I've made, and I can grab some more stone and clear more of this if I really want to. So yeah, that's the thing. But let me continue trying to stabilize this. There is a device which allows you to see the stability, I believe, although I probably don't have it, and it's probably a million miles away from where I am in the game. So that's a consideration. Okay, be back in a mo. All right, we've got all the skulls we've got in. I am just making some flour because I'm out of bread, and to be honest, there are a number of semi-finished projects that I would like to actually put a little bit of concentration into before I push this runic altar for Botania. So let us just head over to the farm plots for starters. Not least of which is of course this one, which I'm very close to having all of this stainless steel done. So I'm going to complete this stack before we go and build that that thing. Hopefully that should be all of the flour. Now this got me thinking, you see, that in terms of food, we don't have a lot on us, and if I come over here to the food shack, I don't have any peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. I have a toast sandwich, but that's it. So there's a lot that's riding on me having bread, and of course bread is, if I remember rightly, we just do that and that, do we? Uses, we make dough by 2 to 1. Okay, that's fine. We can manage that, but I don't need to because I've got all of that. So let us come in here. Let's trundle down to dough, chestnut butter, somewhere in this lot, cooked mutton, cranberry. Here we go. This stuff, dough. Why am I out of salt? No, I know what's happened. Everything moved. So I've got a whole load of dough, and then we need, not baguettes, we need these. So I'm going to make 64. I want to, if I put you in there, you're just going to, if I put you in there, you're going to get included in the cooking. Can I just make 32 then? Give me bread. Just make me 32. Or more. Because I just used up that. Okay, you see, that's one of the downsides to this. Then we can jump into the cooker, and I can put those in, and those will cook and do the thing. That's going to make me bread, which will mean I can make stuff. Now let's just go over and tackle a couple of tasks. Have I got any shears on me? That's the first question. I have. They haven't got a lot of durability, but that's fine because we'll make some mana steel shears to utilise those. But if we come over here, you see these are all sitting on this fertile dirt until we get to here. So if I were to pick you up, that is fertilised dirt from random things. That is farmland. Box standard. And this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 rows are not the fertilised dirt. So I think I need 10 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 10 times 9, 90 fertilised dirt. So let's get some fertilised dirt on the crafting menu. Oh, fertilised, oh dear, Freudian slip there. Fertilised dirt, let's pop you on there. I need 90 of that. But while we're just over this way, let me go and grab some leaves from a tree or 5 and also go over to the mob farm. Just check what time is it. We're not brilliant, but well, it'll do. Spruce leaves are fine. They're not the worst looking leaves in the game. And we'll just use up this pair of shears. I mean, 53 is not a lot, is it? Okay, yes, of course. Of course he's going to just go through that like a dose of salts. And of course I'm going to need to get up there. There you go, that's used that up. And that's a stack of leaves. That'll do for some of the building work. Right, let me just run over here and see if I left any zombie heads in the loot box, because more stabilizers is better, you know, first rule. We did 24 of them, look. We could probably get more, to be honest, but I'm not sure whether I desperately need them. We can always go back this way. We should be spawn safe. I'm always a bit cautious in the tunnels, but we should be good. Anyway, let me get back. We'll get myself some food sorted out, because we're down to the last thing. And we'll start on with that fertilised dirt, get the farm sorted out, because that's kind of a thing. I think going forward I want to automate some of those farms, so I think a wheat farm would be beneficial to have fixed. Maybe running something similar to the tree farm we've got on the top with the solar panel. And actually there's a thing I need to do with that, to be honest. You see, this is kind of largely redundant now. I don't really need this, so I could get rid of that as well. But yeah, let's try and tackle a few odds end. I also need to make a couple of elevators for the thingy. And again, I need to work out what I'm going to do for a roof in there, just because. Right, let me get rid of those 2 bits and pieces. How are we doing? We should now have all sorts of nice, good things we can make. That's eaten twice, eaten once, not eaten recently, not eaten recently, not eaten recently, not eaten recently. We've not had a footlong for a while. I've not had a chicken pot pie. I made 2 of some of those as well, like an idiot, but it doesn't really matter. We'll put some of those away in the can eat to be eaten later pile. Rainbow curry, not eaten recently. There's some good stuff there. Right, that should be largely. I should really just take all of the bread, sliced baguette, anything anywhere else, and we should have. I mean, what you really need in this mod is a bread bin, don't we? Doesn't matter. We'll tackle that. Right, fertilised dirt. Let's try and keep myself on target. Fertilised dirt is chemical reactor, bone meal and dirt to make fertilised dirt. Okay. Bone meal, bone meal, bone meal, bone meal, bone meal. Bones. Yeah, I've got a stack. So I could go and do those. We've got 1, 2, 3. So that's almost a full stack of dirt. Let's go and macerate some bones. Let me just check my steam situation. Yeah, we're good. And bang, off you go. Right, I'll be back in a mo. Alright, we are progressing slowly. I can hear something rattling outside, I don't know what it is. Sorry. You know when some sound just attracts your attention and you're like, what is that sound? Yeah, don't know. And yeah, there should be 96, which I think should be more than enough. I've also compressed some things. I've got some dark oak. I'm going to go with the dark oak peaked roof on that tower, just to keep things reasonably simple with stuff that I've already got, rather than getting too carried away. However, let me quickly snooze. We'll go and check my steam, stick another thing of stuff on, and we can get that little job out of the way. That should be 58. You should be completely full, so there should be 2 more of those. That's half of the, and then we've got 2 more, and then that's another stack, and I can get on with a second medium voltage steam turbine. And then, of course, just because it's fun, we can repeat that 2 more times. Although in theory, every time that we come to repeat it now, it should get easier. So that's kind of a bonus. Let's start here. And then we can replace those. I need 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They can go. Oops, hang on. No. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then rinse and repeat until we've got this done. So again, back in a sec. Alright, that is done. The fields are all now fully fertilised dirt. So the trample proof, they grow fast, food is good. And we can get on and just let me pull all of that out. Now I have got a whole bunch of glow flowers. Another job I want to do, I'm not going to get it all done this set, is I want to illuminate the bottom of the lake properly. Not with these little nooks, I want to actually put glowstone in. That's going to require water breathing potions and glowstone. But I just think it'd look cool. So that's kind of a thing that I'd like to do. Not desperate, we don't need to do it urgently. There's no significant rush to do it. But you know, do it I would like to. So that's the thing. Now you need to go into an extractor. Basic extractor, I think. That's 2 to 1, yeah. So we can kind of put those there for now. Those will run through. That's all good. You should be getting close to full again for the last batch. So that's the thing. Let's go over and do the roof on the tower and this some of this foliage. That's what I was looking for. Whee, bump. I also do need to do the elevator to get up a floor, don't I? That would be handy as well. It's not essential right now, but it would be handy. Right, let's take you. Let's try and work out how I want to do this. So we're going to start off, I think, on the edge. Now I can't obviously do that bit because there's a mushroom there. Actually, those glowstone nooks might be the ideal solution to that problem. Nope, that's not a thing. I think. Do love me a magnet. Really want a magnet in Vintage Story. That is a thing that I would like. Of course, if you're crouching, magnets don't do you a great deal of good. And then what I would like to do is do this, followed by, so that would come out there, but that's going to be a thing. But we'll bring you up like this. And then we can, well, for the sake of argument, we can do that. We can bring you up again. And we'll go 1, 2, 3, and just I think that's enough. I don't think we need to be any more fancy than that. Glowstone nooks though, that would definitely be a good idea. I just don't think I've got any glowstone blocks on me to make that happen from here. No, I don't. So I need to look at that for this and that. Also the elevator, so we might as well go over and get that done. So 2 elevators in green wool, I think. and although we can just click them, can't we? So I think you can camouflage them. Let's head back over here. We'll power that up a bit while we're at it. Again, you are not allowed to spawn there, sir. Ow. Come on. You're mine now. What did I just do then? I put you away, that's what I did. Okay, that's fine. Right. Yeah, I don't mind that. Let's see about elevators and other stuff. Back in a moment. Alright, we should have everything we need for the elevators. We've got those. So the elevator needs a wrench surrounded by those. That. I could go and get the good wrench, but that's as good as any. Enderpearl plates. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and so that's our elevators. Got our glowstone blocks. Now, do I want to chisel said glowstone first into something? I mean, they're all pretty awful textures, aren't they? We could go with that, I suppose. And then we can take this down into there. That will go to 48 of those. That will go to a large number of those, which we can put that away. I can certainly get rid of those, and we can keep those about our personage. So, I think armed with all of that, it's not night time. We can probably put in the last 2 stainless steel that I've got ready to go, which will give me 62 stainless steel, and we can head over to the tower and get this in. Let's start off here, shall we, with an F7, and then we can do that. And that is discreetly hidden away. I can't get up there. Oh, I can. And then we can do the similar over here. So that's all discreetly covered. And that goes in, that goes in, that comes up, torch on the top because those are spawnable. That's this space done, except for we probably just need to do a little bit of something there, something. Have I got the somethings to do anything? I'm not sure that I have. There's a cat at the door again. Becomes a common theme, doesn't it? I probably need to dig that out. I'm not entirely sure where those blocks were. But that gives me the opportunity now to come over here. So my thoughts were, we'll take out the odd, should have had you out. We'll take out the odd block here, and we shall put a little bit of a growth angle on this. I'm probably going to have to deliberately fall down a few times. Not sure where that ow. Maybe we should go down all the way down and try and find that block of. There we go. I did not wish to fall in there though. But yeah, so I'm going to put a little bit of growth around this place, and I shall be back in a moment. Alright, so that is now that. We've got a little bit of foliage on there. We're hidden lighting on the mushrooms, so that's not a problem anymore. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. I think that kind of gives us the vibe we want. We can move the botania stuff over there now. That's going to be a thing, and I think we can call that good. So we've got that sorted. We've got everything we need to do the steam turbine, which I will do next episode. I've just realised there's one other thing that I need to sort up there, but we're running close to time on this episode, so time to call this at the point we need to call it. But I just noticed a horrible glaring error there. Oh, that was awful. But yeah, I think we can call that level done. We can start moving in the botania element, and then next episode we can see about the runic altar, which I think is within the realms of possibility now. It's certainly less problematic than it was. But on that note, thank you very much for watching, guys. I will see you soon. Bye for now.